spirit of the game.
Okay, so welcome back. All right, so we had you had the location. You guys saw the bridge that heads out to the center of the city. There's a couple shops that instantly you guys picked up: a general shop, a brewery, and then you saw the Fengsport Tavern. The tavern looks weathered. It's not as I fade in and out as the dungeon master here. It seems weathered. It's not necessarily new. It looks like it has been beaten up a little bit here and there, but it's sturdy enough. It's been upkeep and stuff like that going on. Again, I said it's a 2-story building. You guys go inside. There are number of tables laid out. There's some people that seem to be like regulars, other merchant shoppers that are coming in. They're all having drinks and meals. There's a man behind the bar. He seems to be taking care of the drinks. There are 2 girls. They seem to be young, but not young. Not entirely young. Somewhere around their early 20s. One with blonde, one with black hair. They seem to be taking care of. What's that?
No, variety is the spice of life, my young friend.
As he looks into that. Okay, so you guys want to do what? Go to the bar, grab a table. What table?
Table in the corner.
I think in this situation, it's customary to get a corner table.
Table. You guys go to the one closest to the right side there because that one has the one in the far back corner has already been taken by a couple of other weary travelers as well.
Is
okay. So a girl will come up. She goes, "Hi, my name is Carly. What can I get you guys a drink?"
I'll take a glass of wine, please.
Would you like our low end blend, the Orchard Bliss, or do you want our high blend, which is the Rose Bliss? You're muted, Jake.
Quantity over quality. I'll take the low end.
All right, so she
much like his other choices.
Ooh.
Just a house. I'll take a house ale.
House ale. So you want the Hobbs Nectar?
Sure.
Okay.
A choice as boring as your personality, Jew.
I'd be interested in any fruit juices you may have.
Fruit juices. I'll check with Yale and see what he has. You, sir? You too?
I'll take a Hobbs as well.
I'll take your finest herb infused olive oil. Just a small shot.
Wow, you guys are really different. Okay. She leaves. Comes back.
You should really order like.
She comes back with two Hobbs Nectar.
But I'll drink this.
Comes back and goes, he has some orange juice. That's pretty much all he has.
That's fine with me, thank you.
We do not have any oil except fry stuff, which I don't know if you really want to drink that.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay, and then she also brings the glass of Orchard Bliss for Alarian. Will there be any meals?
At the moment.
Bread for the table.
Some yeah. What kind of appetizers do you have?
Bread and butter.
Are they known for their wings or nachos or anything?
We have wings. Yeah. Yeah. They're pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Bread and wings. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take some.
Is this place called the Owl Bear? Is it like the family of Hooters?
This is the Fengsport Tavern, sir. This is just a Fengsport Tavern.
Owl Bear Wild Wings. Some big wings, though. That's good.
Okay. She goes and apparently puts your order in. The ale is the Hobbs ale is 4 copper. The wine is 4 silver.
I like
The juice
cheap.
box. The juice box is also 5 copper. I need Constitution rolls, please, between Jew and Aleski. I mean, not Aleski. Jew and Spoke.
And say that orange juice, man.
No, the orange juice is great.
Well, what we didn't realize is that there are no oranges in this world. So,
Am I doing a saving throw or just a straight up Constitution?
Yes, a saving throw.
14.
Oh, okay.
That 20. Whoop, whoop.
This is a low grade from the Mott's that you guys were drinking over at Greenwood. This holds flavor for briefly a second before it really feels a lot really watered down. It is about the most flavorless, bitter after tasting type of beer you have ever drank.
So it's a white
Give
claw.
us Bud Light. Yeah. It was like Bud Light.
No, Bud Light and Coors Light have no taste. That's the thing. So it's not even that. It's
very
skunky beer.
Okay.
Here
15 minutes
is
later,
bad.
she drops wings and bread. Your total will come to 15 silver.
I got this, guys.
Of course you do. You're the mayor.
Money bags over there.
Yeah. Well, I don't want the price to affect Spoke's Yelp review he's apparently working on.
Pricey.
Carlos goes, anything else, gentlemen?
I think we're good. I think we're good for now. Thank you.
Okay. She goes to take care of a couple of the patrons in the establishment. All right, you guys have your table. You guys have your drinks. You have your food. The food is great. The drinks. The wine is all right. The orange juice is good. However, the Hobbs nectar has something else to be desired.
Server was very curt.
It is alcoholic, so it is. Well, you get that.
Drink enough of it, it'll start tasting better.
Yes.
That's the plan. I need one of those vials.
You should have bought some then.
Ben, when the bread arrives, I break off a really small piece and put it in my mouth as though I were eating it.
He goes like this.
Nope, I actually put it in my mouth.
HK, roll a performance.
Oh, God.
Sticks it in his ear.
16.
Oh, hey.
Okay. You are pulling it off. Everyone look at the table. Looks like HK is eating.
you didn't Cookie Monster it. Okay.
You did not
Good job, HK. You've really worked on that.
Well done.
Slow down, big fella. You don't want to choke on it.
I'm actually eating.
Pepper asks, so what's the plan?
To finish these hot wings.
At the moment, it's a bare bone plan called Get 'em.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna have to. Let's not discuss it too in depth at a table in a public establishment, as I believe HK has pointed out in the past.
True.
See,
You actually
HK,
put stuff like this in
listening.
your faces on a regular basis?
You should try a wing. Oh my God.
Nope, that'll get messy.
That's part of the appeal. Look at me. It's all over my hands and face.
I've heard that before.
It was her that said it, not me. Although there was stuff everywhere, but that's for another day.
Or night, but
Yeah, so as far as plan is, let's not discuss it too in depth at this table, but there isn't much of one anyway.
Well, in generalities, we're looking for a location, but we don't know what that location is or anything about it. So how do we go about doing that? I mean, what avenues are we going to employ to get to where we want to?
Well,
that information we're trying to find.
We gotta assume something like this happened in the fair.
Yeah.
And given the identity of those doing it, may not be above the surface. It may be an underground location.
So might need.
Or even not a map maker, somebody who knows entrances to these parts of the town that wouldn't be on a map. Somebody that spoke might have more in common with.
I mean, I can keep searching Thieves' Cant in town, but I imagine that's only going to get us so far.
Yeah.
We don't even know. We don't even have any clue of like we want to find Drow. Yeah, I think we need a more concrete thing of what we're trying to find.
Yeah, we don't really know anything.
Gotta be discreet because at least one person, a laughing mask.
Yeah.
We gotta assume.
And he can be anybody.
And this all could be funneling us into a elaborate trap.
Probably should assume that he's funneling us into a trap at all times. Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Then I think not pointing fingers or anything, but Spoke obviously have the most.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Try to put yourself into his shoes with what you've already learned in your conversation. And
I mean, good thing it's easy for Spoke to wear anyone.
What might he expect from us? Would he expect us to come straight to the tavern and start asking questions out in the open? If that's the case, then try to do something opposite of that. To gather info without tipping of the hand.
I mean, if I were him, I'd just keep changing form and keep close to us, figure out what we're gonna do, and then lay my trap from there. To that end, do we want to try to lay some false plans for him to find?
Yeah, I mean, I would almost think that we're going to interact with him several times between when you spoke with him and this end game. He's not going to be far, and he's probably going to be cocky enough that he's going to interact with us and try to steer us one way or just mess with us.
Yeah,
he could be anybody that we interact with.
Mention that he wants to play a game.
Yeah.
Take him up on that offer. Yes, got to be one step ahead.
This person has made himself to be HK speaking in a lower tone. He's trying to not be his normal volume. This mask has made himself to be one who is playing a long game. He is playing a game based on moves and maneuvers, feints, and thrusts. This would indicate to me that he's put us in this position to get to a certain spot for then and to spring a track. We're not likely to see him anytime soon. We'll see him when we get the next situation. So an attempt to get the information is not where we'll see him. We won't see him until after we have the information and after we've begun to act on it. So we shouldn't distract ourselves with what he may or may not be doing at this point. We should just seek and find the information.
Yeah. We have to figure out a way to take advantage of the fact that he's playing chess and we're playing checkers. We need to find a way to spin that in our favor.
So at this point, I think Spoke checking his contacts or checking for contacts in his normal method makes the most sense.
He's not playing chess with us.
Carly would come over and clear your
Oh, he
wing.
is. Where pieces on the board for him. He is exactly playing chess with us.
No.
He's playing chess against somebody else with us working in some fashion that we don't yet understand.
Yeah, where are the pieces on the board? He's maneuvering us around, and he's maneuvering his pieces, anticipating where we're going to be, what we're going to do, the moves we're going to make.
No. He is using us against somebody else.
As the pieces on a chessboard.
Right, but
the difference being he's not playing against us, he's playing with us as his pieces against another.
Right. Spoke, you said that his job was to stop us or to stop anybody in the town and keep us from moving on from Greenwood.
Yeah.
To keep us tied up.
To keep us away from the Drow's plans, at any rate.
But he told you about the Drow's plans.
Yeah.
And is expecting us to follow after him to meet us for us to come to this city. So he wants us to disrupt the Drow's plans.
Yeah. It's very strange.
Carly comes up and goes, anyone want refills?
Sure.
I'm all set.
Okay.
No, I'm good, thank you.
I've had plenty of your bread, thank you.
So she'll leave.
So, and this is well after she leaves. I'm waiting for her to walk away.
She walks away.
Yeah. So his job was to prevent us from moving on, and he accomplished that. The only reason we're moving on is because he gave us the information to prod us to move on.
Yeah.
So he's using us in some other game. He's not actually even trying to stop us. He wants us to continue and find his location that he's bringing us to.
I mean, I feel like the only game he's playing is inside of his head. I don't even know if he necessarily has an end plan as much as just like screwing.
Well, he has to, because if his higher job was to make sure we didn't move on, and he specifically acted for us to move on, then he's going against what he was hired to do.
Yeah.
What do you know about his assassin?
Carly brings you another Hobbs nectar. Then she leaves again.
I asked the DM what I know about the guild, because I think I only have the name here.
What guild? His guild?
The Church of the Cult of the Night Garden.
Yeah. Yep, Cult of the Night Garden. Yeah. Drow working for the Night Sun, and then his.
Yeah, but
the Drow. Yeah.
The Laughing
Night Garden, which
is
working under the Night Sun.
Yeah.
That's what you figured out.
What I'm wondering is.
So yeah, we don't have a specific plan more than like their hierarchy.
If
well, we're gonna have to figure out where they are.
There's got to be a reason he told us about how and their.
Well, do we want to start asking around about the Night Garden then? Is that
what? How do that? Gonna be very careful doing that.
I mean, if we're using it as a way to draw the guy out, anyways, I guess
Yeah.
that's the thing that we're prodding at.
Well, we're definitely gonna. If we start asking questions about it, we're definitely gonna draw all of them out.
I mean, we'll draw somebody out for sure.
Because they'll. I would bet that not long after we ask about them on the street, someone will then say, "Why are you asking about us?"
Yeah.
If they even bother asking.
Just immediately stab me.
Yep. Stabby stab. You can ask Oleski how that feels.
Not good.
Hey, I got one of the poison potions, so.
But let me give you a pointed answer.
All right, so.
Hey, just bucks.
So Spoke's gonna keep his eye out for thieves can't stuff and all that good stuff that he knows about, and we'll start looking around for the information on the Cult of the Night Garden. Is that what we're doing?
I suppose. I mean, gotta gather some information.
Yeah.
I'm just curious on
Oleski.
my thought is what's the potential end game? Told us about the drow, about a ritual. Have to assume that is hoping that we mix it up with this drow for one reason. I can't see him targeting us directly. He doesn't even know us. Haven't made a so the target's got to be more of the drow and the drow's ritual.
You.
That's why I'm asking. I was wondering if you find a backstory on his plan.
I think we should get our rooms before we talk further on this. It may be to our advantage. We were talking about the travel here and how the weather was very good for travel. We were able to get some fresh fruits and vegetables along the way. Not as good as the bread served here, but at least something.
Tavern, like we're.
There's a few woodsmen. There's a few woodsmen in the thing. They don't seem to have noticed you. Carly has been watching you guys as she's been coming in and out of the table. The barkeep, though, apparently has now definitely been cleaning his cups and has not left his eyes off your table.
I think after we stay here for a couple days, get the lay of the land, we should be able to find a good ship to hire out and see if we can pick up a good job protecting a riverboat headed south.
Lee, roll exception, please.
Doesn't look good.
What? I have a great poker face.
Okay. Now, what you guys like to do? You guys will talk a bit.
Yeah.
You want to get a room?
Yeah. We'll definitely get a room. You know, it'll probably take us a day or two to find some good work. So I guess we'll have to talk to the barkeep to get some rooms.
You're going up, Ilarion?
Yep.
Okay. He goes.
Did we decide how many rooms we're gonna get?
Welcome, wizard. What brings you to Feng's port?
Looking for work. Or currently, our band's without a next paycheck. So
better be careful the type of work you've been talking about.
What's that?
You don't want to be looking for that guild. No one talks about them around here.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because they own the city. So you're looking to pick something at them, they're going to find out you guys out real quick, wizard. I barely function under their rule. I hate the pricks, but let me tell you, you want to be careful what you've been talking easily about them because they're all over the place.
So which on your staff will run to them with this information about us?
My two girls are loyal. I made sure of that. I've been dealing with these pricks for years. Let me tell you, it's not easy.
I rarely ever order a drink. It's not my way. Have one of your girls, whenever we are speaking, bring me your best wine. I'm going to drop a gold coin. That will indicate to me that somebody is definitely interested in us specifically.
All right.
Make sure a note or a table number or some indication of where they are is on that note when that wine is brought to me.
Are you guys looking to give them hell?
I'm looking to make sure they don't bother you or anyone or ever again.
Give me a persuasion check, please. With advantage, HK.
Yeah, this big bastard saying
Nat
that.
20.
There it is. Feast and famine.
Yep, he's got the toughness. So.
Those 20s when you need them, man.
I've been looking. You guys look like a pretty tough bunch. I've been looking for someone in this town for a long time that might want to come in, but this town has a lot of problems. A lot of problems. There are a number of gangs in the town that I have heard of. One of them is close by to me. So the one you gotta be careful the most. They're called the Court of the Feng. There's some spooky shit with these people. Gothic, real high society types. Operate almost exclusively at night. Don't know what their deal is, but they run a bordello and bad things happen with that all the time.
What's the name of the bordello?
Oh, let me think.
Of blood?
The blood bordello.
You know you wanted to. You know you wanted to.
I did.
Aleron's one-stop shop.
It's called the
Rico,
Bordello.
that was your movie reference.
It's called the Bordello of Hearts.
Oh, so they're not even trying to hide what it is. They're right out with it.
I mean, if you own the city, why not?
Oh, they don't.
There's a ranger type that works for them. He goes in and out of the city all the time, always surrounded by a number of guards. His name's Ripper Jack.
Subtle.
The other one is the guys that kind of own most of the port. It's an odd group, but if you know them, it's trouble. It's called the Jolly Jelly Gang.
More subtle. The Jolly Jello gang or Jelly Gang?
Jelly Gang.
They're a bunch of Bill Cosby.
Jello.
They're run by a halfling.
A bunch of Bill Cosby. What you got to get the
Run by a halfling. His name is Benson Jelly.
Benson?
Yep. He controls all the pirates. Don't know how he does it, but he's got all of them. You want to ship out of here? Very likely that he's going to find out about you. The third, which unfortunately is what you guys drink some of the, they call it Hobbs nectar, but we tend to call it Hobbs piss. But it's the Hobbs Legion.
Can you say that again?
The Hobbs Legion. It's run by a hobgoblin prick. Problem with these guys, they're not brilliant, they're not skilled, but they're fucking a lot of them. They've got most of the goblins you see around there, you can guarantee they work for the Hobbs Legion. Anyone type of that goblinoid color, those guys work for those fucking shitheads. Be careful. They love to pick fights, they love to loot, but they're all about the numbers. Once things get a little rowdy, those guys scatter like bugs. But they're all over the city, and any goblin will have his ears scurrying about your ass if they have an opportunity. The other one I'm not too sure about, but they seem to have a lot of wealth, a lot of power, and they're very dangerous. They're called Frog and Slate.
Frog?
Frog and Slate. They own a lot of power up around some of the areas. I don't know a lot about them. They're very seclusive, but I do know they're wealthy as shit. and they're all about the slate business. Slate runs a pit fighting ring. I know pretty much a little bit part of that. The last, like I said, is the Cult of the Night Garden. They're the big group here. They run just about everything. They own the mayor. I found out because I get taxed a lot, and there's not much you can do. Pretty much every one of the city guards, they're all in control. A lot of the stuff that you might go in shops, I don't know who and whatever, but you start buying stuff at shops, there's likely one of the Night Guard in there. Now remember, please don't let them know that you got any information out of me. I already have problems with them as it is. But I feel that you guys can stir some shit up. And those are the big issues in this city. There's still a few other things that run around this city, but those are the power forces. There are leaderships amongst all those, of what I know.
Do these other gangs kind of pay fealty to the Cult of the Night Garden, or do they kind of just try to operate separately? Okay.
Before I took over this tavern, rumor has it that Frog and Slate actually had the leadership. So I think it's something to do with territory, but I don't have enough resources to find out like that. I'm just trying to run a good tavern. I want to be a good city. I love this place. I was born here, but that's here to tell. I mean, I just know that there's a lot of things that these guys seem to be running around with, and don't wander around the streets at night because you'll probably find trouble that way. That group.
Well, thank you. That's some really good information.
That's just common knowledge, tip of the iceberg. There's some
I
deep
imagine.
guys.
Do you know where we would find the Cult of the Night Garden?
Well, like I said, I know the mayors and
Bordello
on the books, but
I
mean they have places. Hold on a second. Let me go talk to. He calls over
the whole cult.
One of his girls. No, there ain't no dark elves in this city. That one I can tell you for sure.
Yeah, the dark elves are the other one.
Yeah. Okay. Best place I can tell you to go, and it's a guarantee you'll know what I mean. Is where the night of the cult of the Night Garden gets a lot of stuff going on. It's called the Aphrodite's Fly Trap.
The what fly trap?
Aphrodite's.
So it's another bordello?
No. Nope. They serve drinks and food there. It's an information hub. But word is that Zelene, the owner that owns that place, she knows just about everything in the city. That place has apparently been fought over several times by a couple of people. I've heard that a number of times in the street. That building has changed hands among some of the power bases, and I've heard it's because of her.
So she is with them or against them or independent?
Well, they fought over her, so I don't know if she can be bought, but now that I know that she's with them now, but she maybe be able to be pulled from before. I'm not sure exactly how that goes.
Okay.
So
what was the name of the person who ran that tavern? I'm sorry.
Zelene. All right, so we're gonna need some rooms for the night. HK, how many rooms do you think we're gonna need?
I think we should stay together.
Okay. What's the what do you need for a room for the night?
Tell you what, you guys had food. I'll give you the room for free. All right.
6 of us?
You guys can stay on my house. Stay on the house. Again, you keep me safe. Don't say that you got any information for me. And we're good. You just got to pay for your food and drinks. Deal?
Done.
Sounds good. And I'm going to slip 5 gold across to him anyway.
I appreciate it, sir. I can't say no to this. I need it. But stay as long as you need.
Thank you.
Goes, Claiborne, see, it's the other girl that did not serve you. She goes, yes, Yale? He goes, take these guys, these folks up to their room. She goes, will do. Follow me. and she will give you guys the key to a it's a decent room. It's going to be tight for 6 bodies.
Okay. I'm just standing somewhere out of the way.
Cozy, some would say.
Okay.
All right. Are we in the room now? Isolated?
Yep. You're all in the room now.
Bugs?
When it's time to actually bed down, I will just stand post in front of the door.
Okay.
But on the inside here,
I'm
so
muted.
as to not look that way. But
we probably have time to still do stuff. It was 10:30 when we came into the city, so it's probably like noon.
Well, I just figured it'd be better to talk here than talk in the common room.
Yeah, but I'm just saying for you're
Obviously,
talking about
talking in the common room was not that bad if we just
don't expect that to be the norm.
No.
Yeah, that's because he overheard us, and he overheard enough of us to realize what we were doing. We just got lucky that he's not one in opposition to us.
Assuming that he's on the level anyway.
So my first question is, according to this guy, I didn't catch his. He said he made the comment that there's no dark elves in the city. That piece of info, not even including everything out, that piece of info
means nothing.
No,
it doesn't. If the dark elves were doing a ritual somewhere in the city, that doesn't mean that the people on the surface of the city know. Everybody knows what's going on.
and
that's the thing. It's either highly secretive or the info got from Laughing Man false.
Well, as I said before, given that it's drow, it would be below the surface most likely. And even if they did operate, they would be operating through, like the Laughing Mask spoke that he works for the Cult of the Night Garden, but they were doing the work for
the drow,
for the Cult of the Night Sun, the Night Sun. So they are using proxies. They're getting these other people to do the work for them, which would dovetail right into people in the city not thinking that they're around. They're not walking around the surface going into the taverns and being like, "We are." I would assume that
I would assume that the bartender's probably wrong, and there probably are dark elves or around, but he just doesn't know.
I would think that the influence of the dark elves is around. But as he said, he doesn't know who's pulling the strings. He just knows the surface stuff.
Yeah,
literally and figuratively.
They're going to be only coming out. They're not going to be coming out in the sun. Frolicking in the fields in the sun. They're going to be coming around at night. If they come out at all, if they come to the surface at all, they may just use proxies, use people that they're hiring out to do their bidding and to set things into motion for them that they need.
Okay.
But they certainly wouldn't, just announce it to the people of the city. Hey, we're out and we're doing things.
Yeah. So what's our next move then?
We have the list of some of the gangs in town. Any of them jump out to anybody that we might want to go speak with that could be potential allies? They did say Frog and Slate used to run the town, so they might be out of that list one of them that's most likely to maybe help us and ally with us, because they lost control of the city to the Cult of the Night Garden, so they might not be their biggest fans.
Thinking about our interests in Greenwood, it would probably be better if we had to make allies with unsavory types, to do so with the pirates.
The Jolly Jelly gang.
Because if we are protecting trade to this town, that makes it easier for us to procure trade for Greenwood. Simple line. of all these gangs, they are the ones that have the best ability to protect and enforce a supply line.
Well, that would give us a reason to be talking to them. An in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, where they're in the guise of trying to make sure that the supplies keep running into the town, but we're really trying to find out what the hell's going on with the cult.
Well, I say we put Aileron's hobby to professional use and engage the ear of this proprietress of the Aphrodite's flytrap. If she's a know-it-all of the activities around the town, then she probably has all the information we need, whether she knows it or not.
Okay, so that is, as far as we know, the center of the Cult of the Night Garden world. So you want to dive right into the heart of the lion's den, if you will.
Well, right now they don't know who we are. If we start asking around to different areas of the city, they'll have information about us before we can get to that center point. And if you are successful in your sport, then we may be able to get the information without drawing their attention, because you may be able to get her ear and engage her in a way that they won't recognize our attempt.
Are you suggesting he woos the woman that is effectively the head of the snake?
Yeah, I'm not a piece of meat.
Yes, you are, but that is beside the point.
I mean,
in fact, you're a piece of meat about yay tall that talks.
I'm not the most charismatic of the bunch, truth be told. I don't know. And actually, I'm 6'5" HK, so.
I still look down upon thee.
Yeah, but not by a whole lot.
He's wiry. Aren't you strength 9 or something?
8.
Man, you were giving me a hard time about strength in that last adventure.
I have wires thicker than you.
Rico,
He's wiry.
hold on. The reason you got crap about your strength, because you were a strength-based fighter. I'm a wizard. I'm not supposed to be strong. You were a fighter with strength 5. Yeah, I gave you shit.
Strength 5?
Well, yeah, after you got the different gears that raised your strength by 4, you got up to 9.
All right. That's a different thing. Okay. So you got two plans on the table. Anything else?
I do like the sound of going directly for the Cult of the Night Garden. If we are against some form of time frame, going straight at the issue seems best. And a failure will only alert them to what we're doing, so we'll be in confrontation most readily.
A quick death. All right.
The question then becomes, when you engage with this one, how do we protect you?
That's a good question, because, as I said, in a small town, maybe I'm charismatic, but I'm not all that charismatic in the grand scheme of things. So she may not be as enamored by me as you think.
Well, if she named her place Aphrodite, one would think she will be the one doing the enamoring.
Well, Pepper asked, can't Smoke become some beautiful elven
I was
dude?
just thinking that. I can be whatever. Gender ain't no thing.
Agreed.
True, he could go female and shake things up as well.
So, what do you want to do? Send you and Pepper into the...
Pepper is with Ilarion. She does not have charm either. She might be well built, but she doesn't get along with people either.
Is there anybody in this group with charisma that's not me?
I'm plenty charismatic.
Yeah, a little bit of charisma.
So yeah.
I don't often employ it on evil cultists.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, then, if we want to go talk to Zelene, I mean, I shouldn't go alone. Somebody's got to come with me.
If you're going as a female, I could go as a bodyguard hired by your father. That way, my size becomes less of a detriment and more of a known factor.
Well, we can do this.
Basically allowing me to hide in plain sight. And you can just order me to stand away or something like that, and then we'll just work out some kind of signal for trouble.
Well, she's at a tavern, right? We could all go. Folk, you could go in alone, and then our group follow in 5-10 minutes after. Look like we're separate parties. That way, we're all there together. Or we could even break it up where you both going alone. Lexi, Kay can go. Myself, Oleron, and Pepper can go. All sit down.
Yeah, we
Tavern
can all go.
may be the wrong word for this place.
More like a nightclub.
I'm suspecting it's more of a temple or shrine.
I thought of it more.
He said that they sell drinks and
drinks and food.
There.
He indicated it was a hub for information, but I think most of the folks in there are likely to be members of this group.
Yeah.
So us being in separately, coming in at separate times makes a lot of sense, and we can separate around the room so we are not all in one spot.
Yeah, sight lines to different areas of the room. I think it may be more of a gentleman's club type of situation than a tavern.
So let's do this. We'll go. Folk, take on a female persona. Go in with Pepper.
Does he want to do female or handsome male to try to?
I mean, I guess handsome male would probably be the thing. I mean, if I'm talking to female, do we know what race this Zelene is, or did we just get a name?
Just got a
name.
Is there any? Does the name?
And we don't know preferences. We don't know her preferences.
True.
I mean, if you go as a female, you might end up working. Getting a job.
I mean, that job's gonna end with somebody with a sword in their stomach, but
yeah. Or in this world, not a job that pays, more of a forced job.
Yeah, the problem is that we just don't know what we're walking into. So it's hard to play to anything when
you don't know the expectations to play towards.
When the battlefield,
why don't you go in there and hit on her? Tell me what works and doesn't work for her, and we'll just go with the stuff that works.
Do everything the opposite way that I just did it. Good to go.
Yes, we should certainly Groundhog Day this situation.
Yeah. It might not, but seriously, it might not be a bad idea to actually do a scouting run before you move me in to see if we can find an angle. Do you think there's a way we could find an angle?
You want me to just walk in there and play like I don't know what I'm walking into and just kind of hit on her and not like I have no play it dumb?
It's a good idea to go directly towards her. That's a little too forward. And we could go and then just kind of hang out, get a lay of the tavern and the place, leave.
I'm worried.
Next day,
I'm worried that.
That's true. Why don't we go?
I could ask if they have any women with green eyes, and that could get me in the door.
And then we can go back, and I can play anything.
2 references for the night.
I think we're at 4 right now.
We're at 4. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that plan.
I bite back on my references. You guys should learn to control yourselves.
Mine were subtle.
When we were talking to the bartender, I wanted to start singing, "Looking for a hero, holding on to a hero."
Oh,
That's the inner
Jake,
bar. That's the
you're
inner
still
bar.
not a bard. You're still not a bard. All right. So what's the plan? You guys are gonna head over to. You guys
I
at
think-
least want to head over to.
Right.
The,
I think the
Aphrodite
idea
fly trap?
today. I think the idea today is we go in our separate groups. Basically scatter out, see what's there. Not do a whole lot. Just pass time there. Leave.
Okay.
Just
Come back the
just-
following day with a better idea of what we need to do to figure her out, win her over.
If anybody asked, we're just passing by and thought it looked like a, thought it looked like a good place to get a drink.
I need
All
a
right.
movie.
It is on
That's
the.
all.
It is on the other
Adds-
side. What you guys will find out from Yale, it is on the
Anytime
other
someone
side
does a
of the
movie
water.
plan, it adds one.
So it's going to take you a few hours to get there.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
does that mean we have to pass through the Jelly Gang's territory?
Nope. You're actually going to go right through the center of the town hall.
Yep.
So is that what you guys gonna do?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
What are we doing for split ups? Who's going with who?
I thought we were all just going together.
No, we're still gonna split up so we don't look like a big group because that will stand out. So we're still gonna stagger our approach and entrance.
Okay.
But-
Who's going first then?
Do you want HK and I can go together and we can go in?
Okay, just you two first, and the other 4 will go
I
after.
think we
Or we
should
can-
separate into 3 groups and sit in 3 different locations in the bar.
Go the triangle offense.
Yes.
All right. So so you two. Jew, who are you taking?
I'll go by myself. You guys can keep
You
an eye on me.
can't go by
Listen.
yourself. It's not allowed.
You have Pepper.
How many times have we discussed
Husky,
this?
go with Pepper.
Remember the last time you went by yourself? You got stabbed.
All right.
Just saying.
Alessi.
Technically, he was with me.
All right.
Don't remind me.
Okay, Alessi, you have Pepper.
Oh wait, I want to go with somebody else.
You go with Spoke. All right. So who's going first? Alarian's
HK and
group?
I will go first.
Yeah, let the
HK
two
and I will
lunks go
Who's
first.
going second? Spoke and Jew?
Sure.
Okay.
No, let
Alessi
Alexi and Pepper go second. That way
Okay,
we can
so
keep
that's
an eye
not
on
fair.
We got to keep an eye on Alexi's backside.
How
That's fair.
how long are you breaking up your distance between each other? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half hour, longer?
Oh, like 10 minutes is probably good.
Yeah,
I would
probably
say-
like 10 minutes is good.
I would say 10 minutes, unless there's a lot of incoming traffic. Then you can probably shorten it to 5 minutes. As
Yeah,
long as it doesn't look like we came in together.
yeah.
All right.
If
So you go across-
there's people just constantly walking in and out, you can shorten the time.
There's not a lot of constant. There are a few. When you get up there, you will notice that there are 2 guards, and they're talking to everybody who's going into the center area, the island of the city. After a brief conversation, they move on. You see that pretty much happen with the 3 groups ahead of you. You approach up. One of the guards goes, "Halt!"
Oh, so we're not going into the place now. We're just going into the center of the
Yeah,
island.
we're doing the travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you can see
Okay.
right there, you guys came from the south. There's that bridge. That's your part. That center island is what Yale told you is the town hall area.
Hmm.
So pretty much that's apparently might be more of the hub of the cult of the night guard. You have to go past that, go past the bridge. You see that road to the left? Would you get in there? There's that little triangle building over here. That's where the Aphrodite's trap is. Where all those little colored buildings make a little half circle against the tree line. That's where the bar is. Okay.
What's over there? The what?
That's where the location of that tavern that you were told
Yeah, but-
Aphrodite's fly trap is.
But what did you just say was that area next to it?
The half circle of colored buildings.
Just colored building. I just want to help you guys see it on the map. I don't know if you see my arrow. Do you guys see that arrow?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So that's-
I just couldn't
that's-
understand what you said the half circle was.
Okay, that right there is the Aphrodite's fly trap. You have to walk up here to go through all this area before you get to that location there. It's going to take you a few hours. As you get to here, that's when some guards are going to stop you at this road and ask you what you're up to.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
So are we traveling as a group or traveling in our pairs?
In our pairs.
So
in
this
case
is
we're being followed.
HK and Alarian right now.
Yep.
2 guards.
I'm still sliding my foot as though it is limp.
Okay. Alarian, what do you say? What's your business?
Oh, we're traveling over to the other side of town.
For what?
Oh, we're gonna go look for a new place to get a drink.
New place to get? A couple taverns over there. Why don't you go there?
I already checked them all out. Meh. Not the greatest places.
Yeah?
Yeah. We're gonna try something new.
I haven't seen you before. Where are you from?
The chairs were weak. I broke one. They don't like me.
Your friend a retard?
We don't like to use that word.
The chairs they broke.
He has a good heart.
Master Nice wants to find place like me.
Roll a deception. Okay.
No, Brady, we can't.
That's probably gonna be a 7.
Okay. He really takes a look at you.
It's really
Where do you come from?
Really shy.
I come
Greenwood.
from Greenwood.
Greenwood. What are you guys coming out of Greenwood for?
Just looking for some trade and
I have too
exploring
much
outside
stuff on back.
All right.
I make him carry everything. He's big.
All right. Don't get in any trouble. Got it? Carry on.
Never look for trouble.
All right.
Always carry. Shuffle my feet away.
All right. Oleski, 10 minutes later. Same couple guards. Halt. What's your business?
Good day. My business. My friend and I are members of the white, and I just had this in my head. What am I? My friend and I are members of the White Flame Company. We've come to the city seeking work, and we're on our way across the way to check for work available to us.
Okay. Never heard of you, but don't stab anybody without any permission from the mayor. Got it?
I don't even have a dagger. I only have my trusty boomerang.
What the hell's a boomerang?
It doesn't stab.
All right, fair enough.
It's a throwing stick.
Stay out of trouble. Move it.
Right,
10 minutes later, Jew spoke. Same 2 cards. Oh, state your business.
Sorry?
State your business. Yeah. So what are you gonna do?
We're just looking for some good women for the night. Maybe some work.
Heard the good-looking women are on that side of town.
You got the bordello.
Here for
The bordello is more known for the women. A lot easier.
We don't want any of that dirty stuff. I'm still the half work.
Yeah,
I'm not into sloppy seconds.
All right, stay out of trouble. Got it? Especially
yeah.
Hey, not looking for trouble, believe.
Because if I have to arrest that guy, he's gonna fucking get it.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
Not the first time we've heard that.
All right, you guys are getting your way over there. So you guys are now at the Aphrodite's flytrap. It is a sturdy building. It is 3 stories high. It's pretty clean. Everything looks pretty well lit. What are you guys doing now? You guys all now meet up. You guys are pretty much like maybe a few, say like 30 feet away from the building's entrance, so you guys can decide how you're going in.
Roughly.
Well, I think the intent was to go in
The same
separately as
order.
well. So yeah, we were
At
not
the
really.
at the same intervals.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought we were when I was saying that plan, I thought we were just going into the place. I didn't know we were getting stopped just moving through the city, which is kind of suspicious that they are questioning people just going to the other half of the city.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. So,
Clearly, the other half of the city is where shit needs to be handled.
Yeah.
Actually, as you guys leave, there are a couple other guards on the other side. They seem to be doing the same thing to everybody else who's passing through.
Okay, so they're segregating the city somewhat, so they know who's moving around and why, and can stop people if they're not in the right group.
What race were the guards?
Human. They're all human. All four you saw. The two at each side of the bridge.
Yeah.
All right, definitely. So Alarian and HK, you guys are the first ones to go inside the Aphrodite flytrap.
Yeah.
There are a number of tables. It is actually pretty busy. There's only one table available. It is kind of like in the center. There are a lot of different type of people out there. Guys that look like they work for cruise ships. There are look like merchants. There are look like some mercenaries. There are some other, apparently a few woodsman type guys. A lot of strong, well skilled, or you say like rowdier bunch of brawlers that are pretty much in the city. That are all tables there. No more than 4 at one table. So there's a couple of 2s and 3s, well, with a few 4s that are pretty much there. There are apparently 3 servers going around.
In Redmond?
There are 2 men and a woman. All of them have blonde hair and blue eyes. That's the one thing you immediately pick out as you sit down.
Great. Hitler's youth.
One of the men come over to the table that you two sit at, and he goes,
"Thank you for redeeming.
Welcome, gentlemen. What can I get you?"
I'll have wine.
You want Orchard Bliss, or do you want the Rose Bliss?
Why would I drink that piss Orchard Bliss? I'll give me the Rose Bliss.
Will do, sir. How about you?
Red, please.
Red as well? Very well. So we'll come back. Comes back with 2 wines and charges you 2 gold. Is there anything you want to eat?
Just the bread.
You say no?
Just the bread.
He would like some bread.
Okay. If you need anything else, my name's Bromley. Just give me a holler.
Thank you, Bromley.
And he takes off. 10 minutes later, Aleski and Pepper, you guys walk into this same establishment. There's no empty tables. Everything is pretty much occupied. There are a few seats at the bar. What would you like to do?
Matt, you're muted.
Somehow I can't hear you.
I'll take Pepper's arm and hold her close, kind of thing, like a escort. Oh, come on, my dear. We're here for Aphrodite's blessing. I hope you don't mind. I took the liberty of making plans for us. It looks like there's maybe some seats at the bar. Would you join me there?
Sure. Roll a performance, please.
Uh, 7 plus something. What do I got? Plus 3, 10.
10. Okay. So you two kind of like you and again HK and Alarian, you'll see them walk up to the bar. You'll take a seat. There's a pretty attractive woman there. She's a half elf. She has blonde hair, but her eyes are green. She hangs over the table, the bar top, with an empty glass, and goes, "What can I get you, lovely couples?"
Pepper, do you have a preference?
She goes, "Yeah, I'll just take out something better than the low end ale. Whatever is in between that." The bartender goes, "Oh, that will be the Elk Fire. Is that good for you?"
Of course, we'll have an Elk Fire, and I'll have the. I understand the Orchard Bliss is a wine available in this town.
Oh yeah, Everyone carries Orchard Bliss pretty much.
One of those, please.
Okay. Turns out, do you two want anything to eat?
How much do the drinks come to?
It's going to come to basically 10 silver, so gold.
Do you have any kind of like a meat and cheese platter?
Yeah, sure.
One of those, please.
5 silver.
Charcuterie.
All right. She leans over. My name's Zeline. I own the place. I've never seen you before. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Sparrow. Oh wait, not Sparrow, because we're all Sparrow, right?
We're all Sparrow.
But I'm originally from there. I'm originally from Umbra, but most recently we've come through the east, and actually not out of character. What was the town we originally started in?
Greenwood.
You didn't really
No.
start. The town was Greenwood, but you went past the last lodge, which was only a tavern. There's no other establishment there. You haven't really been any other place. I've given you backgrounds that have places in yours, so you have that place for yours. There are a couple other places in the east that you could have been in that are cities to the dynasties.
Yeah. So I would say most recently, I would hail from the area of the last lodge. We were staying in that forest for a while. We've moved on here to Fengsport to see what new opportunities are available.
Did you say you were from Umbra? Did you say
I
that?
am? Yes.
Wow, that's a very far place. That's very far away.
It is. It's been a number of years I've been on the road. Most recently, I've joined with a mercenary company, and we've been looking for work.
What company's that?
The company, the White Flame. It's a small group. I'm sure you haven't heard of us yet.
That Reckland Grays group?
Maybe you have heard of us. Yes, actually, it is.
He's usually operating in the east. What do you got doing way over the west?
Reckland fell in battle.
I hadn't heard that.
Yes, it's very difficult for our company. So we've kind of moved away from the area where we used to operate, and now we're looking for new opportunities to kind of reestablish ourselves.
So you're for hire?
Yes. I mean, that's why we're here. We don't know what we want to do yet, but we're looking at what opportunities are available, and a larger city like this was where we figured we might find something.
You into fetch and retrieval?
Rescue, you mean? We've certainly.
I didn't necessarily that. I said fetch and retrieval.
I'm not sure.
You still have Reckland standards? Is that what it is?
We have standards, yes.
I figured as much. All right, cool. You need anything else?
Other than the pleasure of your house and your company and the food and drink that you've already provided, no, I think we're all set. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, Jew and Spoke. You've seen a few people go in. One of the groups from the table inside, they have left, a group of 3. They look like woodsman folks. Do you guys want to go in now or no?
Woodsman folk? I mean,
Basically, it's a free table. Do we want to go inside, or do we want?
I think we should go inside. I don't know how much we're gonna get by sitting out here.
You gonna sit with HK then? Take the free table, or take a couple seats at the bar?
We'll take the open table that was left by the.
Yep. All right. You guys get the woman. She comes over. She seems young. She cleans the table up. She goes, Spoke, are you a beautiful elf or female elf, or are you a half orc?
Oh no, I'm still half orc.
You're half orc. Okay. She comes over. She's a little intimidated by you, Spoke, but she goes, what can I get you guys?
Got any of that Hobbs ale?
You want the Hobbs piss? I mean nectar.
Hobbs piss is more accurate. Do you have anything else?
Yeah. We got Elkfire. Then we got Thor's IPA. That's the better ale. And then we have wine.
I'll take the Thor.
Okay. I'd expect you to drink the Hobbs piss with all the Hobbs people around. So she starts away, comes back, 5 copper you for the Hobbs ale, and 5 silver pieces for the Thor's IPA.
Very well.
You boys want food?
What do you have for meat?
We got chicken, we got fish, and we have steak.
I'll take a steak.
Okay. What about you?
I'll need a hearty steak to.
All right.
Yeah, you are going to need that.
Potatoes and rice?
Potatoes.
Meat and potatoes?
Meat and potatoes.
You too? I take it you guys don't want any of the vegetables, right?
No.
Figures much. Okay, I'll be back. All right. 15 minutes later, you guys get a nice steak and the potatoes. That's going to cost each of you a gold. But it's a nice thick piece of steak. And it is good. All right. You three are so you have separate tables. These guys are the 2 guys.
Ben, your audio's acting up.
Oh. So
it sounds like you're super far away from it. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. I don't know what happened. It kind of switched over.
Albert, you guys hear me now?
That's better.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. All right. So basically, you're broken up in 3 groups, 2 tables. Aleski, you're at the bar. Zelene seems to be working. Aleski, give me a perception check. Actually, want everyone give me a perception check, and I'll tell you guys what you're seeing from your perspective views. You just want to put them on the chat, then I can see them a little bit more easier to know what you guys are doing. Jew, you put yours up yet?
Oh shoot! Sorry, I sent that to Lee privately.
Yeah, that happens.
Sure did.
Trust me, and Lee know that problem with this thing all the time.
But you gotta do it exactly, copy and paste what you sent to me, because that was perfect.
Okay. Wow. Everyone's doing pretty good. Aleski,
Everyone's doing pretty good. Hold on, there's mine.
All right, Aleski, you pretty much can see that Zelene seems to have a firm control. Her eyes dart around pretty quickly around the room. She has control of the 3 people that are serving her. Alarian and HK. Bromley is attentive pretty well. He seems to get along with a lot of people. He looks like to be the chatty of the group of the servers that is working. The other gentleman, he looks like he's dropping drinks off. He's gotten a few arguments with a couple of people. Apparently, he forgot some food at one of the pirates' table, but he just pisses it off. He doesn't seem to give a shit. Zelene kind of scolds him a little bit, but he shrugs it and goes and gets their food and whatever like that, and just goes and deals. Spoke and Jew, you find out that your server's name is Megan. She seems to be doing a pretty good job of what's going on, talking to you guys. You'll notice that she kind of gets up pretty close. You get to kind of, she's young, but she's flirty. So she kind of bumps up to you guys every once in a while. Not so much to you, Spoke, because you're burly, but she kind of brushes up against you every once in a while. You can kind of feel that's a little attentional. Maybe she's trying to get a little attention in that aspect there. But other than that, you can see that there's guys pick up a lot of chatter. Some of the pirates that are talking, they're talking about some of the other ships that have been sailing around the south. Some say they saw a sea monster. A couple others talk about a dragon that they saw in the air, maybe blue. A couple of you talking about some politics that are happening in the town, raising taxes for some of the foods coming in from the farms. A lot of little different things kind of happen, but you can almost start to understand that what Yale was talking about. There's a lot of little hubs of information that are coming out of this. Ilarion and Oleski, pretty much understanding that this is probably why Zelene is in the know. She seems to have a good ear. She's half elf, so she might be picking up quite a bit of things kind of going on. So yeah, you'll get pretty much that. Spoke, I will need you to also roll a secondary perception check, please.
12.
What was that?
12.
12. Okay. Just because of what Megan's been kind of purposely brushing up on Jew, right under her ear, there is a very distinct, pretty much a guild marking below her ear.
Is it recognizable?
No, you have not seen this one.
Not the same as I saw like the other server who had in the same area. It's not the same.
Yeah. This one is 3 black roses out of a skull. Okay.
When she's not there, I'm gonna point that out to Jew. Be like, hey, see that? Maybe you can ask her about it. She's flirting with you.
You did not see the tattoo, Jew, because you pretty much saw arm and hips when she went by, and maybe ass.
What tattoo?
Neck, back and neck.
Oh, he's an arm man.
No, it's because she's been standing closer to him than to Spoke.
Right, Alarion's jealous.
He's seen quite an ass, is pretty much what you've got a lot of.
I suppose I'm a different persona now, aren't I?
Huh?
I suppose I'm a different persona now. I'm gonna call this guy Clunk. This is my current persona. Clunk is a half orc.
All right.
Multiple person.
I have to like write down each one. There are actual personalities I have to keep track of.
It's fun to be a changeling.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what you scope. What do you guys want to do? Anyone want to press anything or what? These are the people working the Aphrodite's fly trap.
Well, I'm still wondering. Oh, go ahead.
I would say at some point I'll ask the server about her.
Her name's Megan.
Megan.
What's that?
Tattoo. Pretty intriguing.
What tattoo? Oh, I thought you might be checking out something else.
Oh, believe me. The meat around here is really good. But I just happened to catch the tattoo as you were.
Yeah, it's just a little mark. It's fun. So what are you here for?
Oh, we're just passing through. A bit of an
3 to
adventure.
5 with good behavior.
Looking for work? You a soldier?
Yeah. I was. They're always open to work on what the offer is. My days of are long since.
Veteran, huh?
Yes.
Who'd you work for? What arm did you serve? I did. It is actually in your background.
In the document.
Lee, isn't it funny how you catch them when they don't look pretty hard on that?
I know, right?
It's like, it was there. All of a sudden, you make a character, you got to refresh that shit.
Yep. I know because I wrote it.
If you want, you can make it up again. I'm just telling you that's your real story. You can make shit up just if you want to. That's if you want to bullshit. Let me know, then roll a deception. But if you want the true stuff, it's in your background. Okay. She looks to you. You
Pick up a
serve with
legend. You're dumbfounded.
She looks to you, Clunk.
I've had a bit much to drink.
Clunk, did you serve with him?
Yes, yeah. Many good adventures. Many heads ripped off of bodies.
Wow. You're a tough guy.
Yes.
Good God.
So
you
you
like
to
all
fight?
this shit.
Welcome to my campaigns, bro, little brother. It gets deep. This shit's layered. You guys are on the skin surface.
I'm gonna be bullshitting my way through all of this thing. We were part of an army from the far east. I'll be honest, things didn't go well. So after our time in ended, decided to get as far away as possible. Far west.
Nasty business out there.
Wow. Going across the island is one way to do it.
It is, but looking for a change, better way of doing it. Way outside your comfort. Would you have? You mentioned work. Is there a place to go around here that good for finding work?
Depends what you're into. Yeah, there's plenty of places that pay, as long as you're willing to do work and you're not choosy.
Oh, well, there'll be no problems with choosiness.
Yeah. What's your names?
They call me Clunk.
Clunk? What about you?
I'm Zhu.
Zhu? Okay. Yeah, I can look around. Come back tomorrow. I'll see what I can find for you guys.
I'd appreciate it.
I'll take another beer while.
No, nobody likes Hobbs piss. I'm really surprised. You sure you don't want to move up?
Bastard.
Okay, I can see what type of mercenary you are. Well, Jew, let me go get you some Hobbs nectar. And she flirts herself away, giving you a nice little bounce of her ass as she walks back to Zalim. Okay, pretty much that's you heard that. You guys actually weren't too far from hearing that conversation with Megan and the other boys. Bromley will come up. You guys want another round or what?
Yeah, I think we could do another round. That'd be great. It's pretty busy around here, huh?
Oh, we're always busy. Everybody loves coming to the Aphrodite's Fly Trap. You a potent wizard?
What's that?
Are you a potent wizard?
Some would say.
Yeah? Where do you hail from?
Well, I'm originally from Heron, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that place is gone.
Yeah, it's as I said, it was a long time ago. I've been around the world since.
Wow, well traveled, huh?
Yes. So it's been a journey.
Are you from her?
Me? Yeah, I grew up here.
Wow. Nice place here.
Yeah, we're good. We're really good. Where are you from? That face brought to your head? The helmet?
I'm ugly. Master no like looky. Facey.
He has a great heart. It's a kind man. But
it's in here, heart.
You must be pretty powerful if you have an iron golem. That's pretty cool.
That's not an iron golem. Just my friend.
I stink
he's
bad,
a little
so he covers me.
He's a little insecure about, his face. But
do you have pretty pictures here?
Yeah, there's some on the walls.
No, town have pretty pictures. Building with pictures.
I know some places have them. I know the town hall has some art.
We've traveled around the water deep and such. He loves the art galleries. It's his little thing. So he likes paintings.
What are you looking to do here, Wizard?
Who's asking these questions?
Apparently it's the other server, Bromley. You overheard him.
Apparently, I thought it was.
I hear follow him, carry his stuff.
I got you. So you said you hail
They
from all
call
over,
me
Wizard.
Porter.
Oh, yeah. Cool guy.
No,
Hey,
I Porter.
What's your master's name?
Master.
Oh, right. Thanks. So what's your name? I'm Bromley.
Aileron.
Aileron. Ah.
Yeah.
So what are you doing here? Are you looking for work? Are you looking for something in particular? You want to eventually be a wizard?
Right now, I'm just kind of keeping my options open. We've been traveling around a lot, just kind of taking in the sights and the drink. I like a little downtime, relax. Seems like an interesting place, and I like interesting things.
I see.
Oops. I'm sorry. I get that for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll pick it up. He picks up the bread.
I join him on the floor to pick up the bread.
Okay.
Hey, buddy, it's okay.
I'm just gonna bump the table and see how he reacts to it. Like, my goal is to knock over the table at him to see how dexterous he is.
Ooh, perception check, please.
That's gonna be a not very good 7. I'm too focused on bumping the table.
Yeah, you kind of bumped it, but he didn't seem like he seems, he seems athletic. He's a well-built man, but you didn't pick up anything more than that.
Okay.
He goes, all right.
I'm sorry.
Let me go get you some new bread.
Okay, buddy.
I'll be back.
I made bad.
Okay. Oleski, what are you guys doing? You pretty much have drank, eat. Do you still want to pay for more? You said you were on a budget before, so.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot left, but I'm keeping up to date with Pepper.
Okay.
Find out what she likes. Talk about traveling on the road. Just kind of making sure it's a total date out here in public. Although I'm still in the head that this might be like a shrine to Aphrodite as well. So does the half elf does she have like that aura of a priest about her?
How are you gonna find that out?
Well, she came up to me and talked to us, and I'm assuming she's going back and forth.
Yep.
So does she have that holy aura about her as she moves around?
Give me a religious check.
I don't like you can't message.
Amen.
Yeah.
Just an 8.
Okay. I mean, you don't know Aphrodite that well, so you don't really know the gist of that aspect. I mean, she seems to be a capable bartender. They're pretty well, doing their jobs, talking a lot, and things like that. You don't seem to be too different than that.
All right. So at this point, we were just kind of getting the lay of the land. So my goal is to make it be a date with Pepper. That's where I'm at.
Okay, roll a performance, please.
But it really is a date.
Is it really a date? Pepper didn't think so.
Tell her.
Yeah, we're going to play on the sand.
5.
You'll figure it out. La, 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 la.
Okay, you guys are just, you try it, you've been doing a lot, you've been chatting, but you're kind of just awkward. Either this is the most horrible first date going, or your romance needs to be brushed up a little bit on that. All right, so everyone.
First dates. This is the first one.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the plan all along. Awkward first date.
Jew and Spoke leave, and then I take it HK and Larian are also leaving as well.
Yeah, we'll finish up. I will apologize, and I will actually take care of paying. Master gave extra silver piece for my disturbance. I bad. It comes out of my pay.
Okay.
I will get half rations this week. Master.
Enough. Let's go.
It's
I'm sorry for offense.
Enough.
All right.
I'm sorry. I apologize for him.
Aleski, you see everyone has left the building. Do you want to follow or no?
Yeah, we were talking about our intervals. So, 10, 15 minutes. But, the 10-minute mark will start to, but organically, not exactly 10 minutes like we're checking our watch, but we'll finish up our platter and our drinks and head on out.
Zelene will say to you, well, you two have a good night. We'll see you again.
I'm certainly hoping so. What do you think, Pepper? Do you think I'll have a good night? And I'll give her the kind of like really hopeful, kind of cheesy like look.
She couldn't help but roll her eyes. She's like, I'm sorry. Zelene kind of winks at you with a smile as you guys make your way out. All right, half hour later, Aleski and Pepper have come out. So you guys are out all about again, 30, 40 feet away from the building. You're all together again.
Oh, Spoke and I were going to hang out by the door until everybody else leaves.
Okay.
Whole area.
Well, I figured you guys would be close by, whatever. But now that you're all together, you guys can break out to a farther away. I imagine you guys didn't want to be close to the actual building of the Aphrodite's.
No.
So it is about we'll say about 6 o'clock that you guys are. It's time from your first scouting of the Aphrodite's flytrap.
You said it took a couple hours to get here from the.
It took about 3 hours to get there. Then a couple hours, you guys playing, your drinking, eating, asking questions.
So I think it's definitely time to head back. We need to.
Works pretty.
We definitely need to head back to where we're staying.
It's a city, not a town. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the name of the place we're staying?
The Feng Sport Tavern.
Okay.
So you guys are done. You're gonna go back to there.
Yep.
All right. So you guys will make your way back. Yale will greet you. Carly will bring you up to your room. Well, she'll just lead you, get you up to the stairs part, and then she'll let you guys go. You have your own key.
Yep.
So you guys are in your room, all clustered, all 6 of you, very tightly.
So the only information that I really gathered is, one, there's a nosy bunch. I wouldn't be surprised if they link us all together with they were asking.
I have a feeling that
the server
they make their trade. I have a feeling they make their trade in.
Stop talking. Go ahead, Laron.
Take your time. Take turns.
Go ahead.
No, they make their trade in information. That's why they're asking the question. That's how they make their. That's how they're important to people. Is that Zelene gets information on everybody that comes in, hears everything that goes on, and that's how she's become who she is. So they know everything that's going on that comes through.
I have been on enough missions following Spoke to realize that one should never give more answers than they receive.
Did we find out much about Zelene herself?
Well, we know that We now know she's a half elf.
I didn't find out much, but I now have a plan to. My my inability to woo Pepper successfully, I think, will play well into my next encounter with her.
Pepper goes,
Next
"Oh
encounter
yeah,
with Pepper.
how did that work? How does that work?"
Zelene didn't seem to type into sloppy seconds.
There will be no need for seconds. There was not going to be any firsts.
Right. Pepper really did not fall for my charms, and I think Zelene recognized that. So I may get the pity from her. If I go back,
that is not a thing.
If you get any pity from her, I will be shocked.
Yeah, I wouldn't hinge the whole plan on that.
How many times have you used that that avenue to get your women, Alarin? So I think it's not a plan that is automatic fail.
Alarin merely casts a wide net.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with pity. It's a numbers game, my friend.
When fishing in an inland sea, he will settle for the carp as well as the grouper.
Yeah.
When fishing in the ocean,
he chooses
he
his
will,
women like
he
I
will
choose
just
my
as
beer.
easily take the wolffish as the flounder. Even if the eye is crooked, it will land in his net.
Why fish with a single hook when you can fish with dynamite? It's a numbers game, not a pity game.
So what's the plan? You going back tomorrow to?
She didn't seem. How does she seem to feel to the different? Like Spoke was a half orc. How does she seem to feel about different races, different grouping classes of people? Did she have any feelings?
I got in the building like.
Our server seemed fine with it.
She had her eye on everything. I could tell that she was aware of all aspects of what was going on in that room.
Okay, but she didn't seem to look down on any particular other races or classes, people that weren't spending as much. She seemed to just be open to everybody. Is that the impression you guys got?
I didn't see her sneer or frown. I suspect as a information broker, she will take whatever information falls into her net.
Alarin made the mistake of giving his actual name. How many others did this?
I'm a mayor of a town in this area. I mean,
like everybody but me.
I did not give my name.
I didn't give my name. I wasn't asked my name, but I did speak truthfully about who I am. She is aware of our mercenary company and our former commander Reckland.
So we're outed.
She's familiar with Reckland. Gotta be familiar.
Yeah,
definitely with
she
definitely with HK.
She didn't act like she knew me, but when I mentioned our company's name, she knew it as Reckland's company.
Is it possible she knows the group by reputation and not the individuals by their individual deeds?
I mean, we better hope so, because otherwise she knows that there's a changeling involved with us, which will complicate anything we try to do. If she knows that.
You were with Reckland longer than any of us, correct?
Yes, as far as I know, yes.
So she might know you more. If she knows Reckland, then she might.
One of them referred to you as an Iron Golem, so they didn't.
She did offer us work.
That may just be what they think of me as.
Yeah. Well, we might be able.
My clever ruse of a limp and a whimper must have worked on them, because they questioned me no further when I bumbled the bread and knocked over the table.
Well, just a thought. Maybe we could, even if they saw through your ruse, maybe we can still use that to our advantage. A wizard that he says, "Oh, it controls an iron golem. Maybe we could use that potentially at some point to our advantage, make us seem a little more powerful than we are."
Somehow playing the role of Iron Golem seems far beneath me. I would sooner play the role of uncomely porter. Iron Golem, such uncivilized.
Either way, either way they're expecting.
Yes.
Either way, they're expecting you to be less than you really are, which plays perfectly into what you want.
The big question is, do we continue or look at some of the other?
As I understand it, this is the group that is helping to get whatever they need or do whatever they need done to get this ritual. There is no other avenue towards our true goal.
I mean, we can still. I can still try to do the. I like go in as a male half elf, try romancy times.
And
no,
I mean,
no. I'm in the role. I'm in the zone. I can. I can play this one. This one's. I've already. I built I built it and already didn't know it.
Put that back.
You built a house of pity cards and waiting for it to fall.
Who got the bartender here to open up?
We're
Aileron on myself.
Run down and ask out Skull with Black Rose. What guild that might?
I can. Spoke. Would you care to join me in that endeavor?
The tattoo that you weren't able to notice.
Ben will do that. You want to do that in the chat?
Yes, that one.
Well, I'll make it easy now. When you guys go down and talk to Yale,
yep.
He goes, late. What can I do for you guys?
A skull with black roses coming out of it. We think that may be a guild tattoo.
It's the guild.
Which guild?
It's the Cult of the Night Garden.
Cult of the Night Garden.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
I thought as much, but it's nice to have confirmation.
Sure. You guys need any drinks?
Yes, we could get a round of drinks. That would be excellent.
What kind?
Does Carly know the drinks that everybody ordered earlier today?
Yes.
Certainly. That will do.
Okay. So you brought up Hobbs Nectar.
Yes, it's Hobbs pick.
Serious.
Talk to Silver for a pitcher.
Silver is paid.
All right, so yeah, server is definitely Cult of Night Garden. The whole staff probably is. No big surprise.
Nope.
So just throwing it out there.
Bromley and the server girl at the tavern,
yeah,
Megan.
I'm talking about Rico, where you rolled to see if you didn't notice that she had a tattoo. No, and then you're saying later on.
Yeah, I told him.
Okay. All right.
Both mentioned to it. Then they had a conversation on it.
So just throwing this out here, we still know these other gangs that we could possibly investigate, talk to, and maybe get for backup, because we know they don't all get along. Like the Frog and Slate used to run the town, and they no longer do, so they might be a potential.
That was my question earlier, and someone said that no, our only avenue was through Aphrodite.
Oh, I definitely gonna say that, because I'm just reiterating what I said earlier, that we might want to find some potential allies in this town.
I agree.
We're, not many people. We might want to find out who could maybe back us up if we need it. Who we can use to
I'd agree that Frog and Slate probably would be our best, our best first look at least.
I don't know what everybody else thinks about the other ones. That's the one that jumped out to me as
I agree.
Maybe the most likely, just because they used to run the area. So if you used to be the top dog and there's a new top dog, that's probably the person you're looking to that has the most grudge and the most will to want to get back at them. So I think we need to not discount the potential of going and talking to these other groups instead of just focusing 100% on Aphrodite's flytrap and getting in there and, just tunnel vision.
No, I agree 100%. Numbers. That server worked for Alt and probably someone's watching.
We already know that we already know from
Zelene is the leader of that cult. She's the leader of it. That's her guild. That's their guild headquarters.
We already know that. Yeah,
it's not their headquarters, Lee. You just know it's an important piece to their guild.
Okay. So they're forward outpost.
She could be their leader. It's not publicly known.
You don't think so? Because remember, I told you that establishment was taken over several times with Zelene. Okay, yeah. So people have been trying to get her. So if if it's likely that she runs the guild, then she would have been outed and they had to come back to the building. But people fought over her. So she's more of a piece.
The information.
In the guild, not a leader. She may have rank because she is an information broker, but she's not she can't be the highest piece because, again, people fought over her and what she stands for, not exactly as a leadership quality. So
I would almost assume that she's been established, got dirt on everything. Probably willing to spread info, but
she might not be. She might not be super willing because if the server has the tattoo indicating she's in the cult, she might not be outwardly willing to do a lot, knowing that other people in the bar are gonna report to somebody else that what she does.
And more importantly, who she does it with.
Yeah.
Are we aware of pretty much most of the that we all are?
You guys are all in a room, quiet.
He means at the bar.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you. Every time they tried to get too deep into questioning Aileron, I came up with a way to sidetrack the questions. Unfortunately, he sprouted out his name faster than I could stop him.
I'm the mayor of a goddamn town in this area.
That's wonderful. You shouldn't have said anything. They don't know what you look like. Well, now they do.
I assume everybody knows the mayor.
And Spoke and I were offered work. Always that on the.
Yeah, I guess we are supposed to go back there the next day or tomorrow.
I think we need to follow through on our plan to go back the next tomorrow and attempt to find out. I mean, at some point we have to find out several things. We have to find out what they need to do the ritual, where the ritual is going to be done, and who is going to be doing it. Everything we do must be focused on those goals. Because stopping the ritual, one of those three things will allow us to stop them. Finding them and destroying them will need one of those three things to lead us to the other two. So we need to focus our plans on that endeavor. All roads lead to Forstad, just like all of our roads must lead to this ritual.
Well, I'm looking at three options. Obviously. The options are 1, Lexi conversation. 2, spoken of opportunity work that location. Third is Alaron approaching other frog and slate. Backup. Vastly outnumbered. Don't know. Frustrated. Buff up our.
Allow me to ask this tactical question. Are we assuming that we need to destroy this guild or stop this ritual? Because our numbers don't need to be large to stop the ritual.
Well,
if we're here to oust a guild, that could be a long-term plan. That we don't know. That's like I said, we've got these questions, and if we focus our efforts on getting the answers to these questions, a proper plan will show itself. And I left out one. I mentioned 3, but let me go over it again. Find out what the ritual will be. Find out what they need for the ritual. Find out who will be doing the ritual, and find out where the ritual will be conducted.
Well, we can assume the cult of the Night Garden is not involved with the ritual. Barkeeps no draft. They're not showing themselves.
So the cult of the Night
the cult is just running this. They could be setting us up to fight the drow in this ritual as a way of taking underground.
So
this one.
Assuming that we're focused mainly on the ritual, we don't even really need that much from the cult of the Night Garden.
They will likely, they'll likely know what the ritual is. Maybe not. That's probably 50-50. They will definitely know what is needed for the ritual because they're the ones who apparently were hired to get it.
Well, that's the two things.
And they may know who will be doing the ritual, and they'll certainly know the location where they're supposed to deliver whatever's needed.
I think it's a huge assumption that we won't need numbers to stop it.
We'll need numbers. We'll need numbers at some point because here's the thing: our initial goal for anything was to bring, and we started hearing of it happening at working it down. It talked about making the goal of stopping this. Then the mayor gets murdered. Find out about this assassin. Tells. So technically speaking, the ritual is not part of our initial goal unless it has something to do with
it could be
moving south.
And that's where that was my single assumption. As far as the numbers we need, I'm not saying we do or don't need them. I'm just saying we won't know until we get the answers to these questions. So to focus on getting numbers before we even know if we need them is putting the horse before the cart, or the cart before the horse. Like, we need to get the answers to the questions before we know what resources we need to bring to bear.
It almost sounds like if we more information, we're pushing our luck with cult, which is a long-term.
Yeah, I don't think pushing on them is necessarily a good idea right now. Like, we've already given them the names, they know, like the troop and everything.
So I think the better play is to go with Alaron's suggestion of talking to Boggins. Because they were the number one. If they used to run this town, they're not the ones looking to spread their. They're pissed that they lost their. So they would be more likely an ally.
We do need to find out, like HK says, we do need to find out the who, why, what, where of
the ritual is likely to be part of the evil that's spreading.
Yeah,
I mean, we know there's bad people collecting things for a ritual.
It's a lich. I mean, it's a lich that's running this. That's the top of the pyramid. So
at some point we stop the ritual, and just by virtue of doing that, I imagine our allies will come to us. do one good deed, and those who are looking for more good deeds to be done will appear.
Well, then we need as much information
we
as we can on conducting what type of.
yeah. I think we do. There's multiple fronts that we need to do between the two. I don't think splitting 3 ways, as Jew was talking about, is the safest way to go about it. As we've already seen, splitting up isn't our forte. Isn't the best way for us to.
I thought it went fairly well. If we'd gone in as a group, I think we would not have gotten as much information as
in that instance where we were all within visual distance of each other. But where he's talking about one group goes to talk to this person, the other one goes to talk to these other guys on the other side of town, this other gang. We're not in visual contact with each other at that point. We are truly isolated. So not only do you know if Aileron that comes back to you is really Aileron might not come back at all.
No, I don't.
He'll float up in the port.
My initial comments of 3 possibilities, not separating ourselves to the. Not suggesting one goes off to one as close as possible.
So our original plan was to scout out, see what we could find out. We actually gave more information than we got today. Tomorrow, if we were to go back again in separate groups at different times, what have you, what would be our plan? How would we get that information?
We don't all have to go back and go in. Some of us can stay in the area in visual of the tavern. We don't all have to go in again. If Spoke and Jew are supposed to go in to do the job, not everybody has to physically go into the bar. Some of us we can stay outside in the vicinity.
Just to help you guys out in a lot of your processes, and this will be because of your experiences throughout the cities and moving around with Reckland. You are a diverse group. Each of you bring a major strength to the party, and obviously bring a weakness. There are times when all of you together, especially in a foe of battle, when the forefront of all that is amazing, and that is where the Company of the White Flame has excelled. However, Reckland did not do much investigation or type of tracking work. It was difficult, especially when you had to find the ritual. Spoke, he's usually good on his own. He may need backup here and there, but the less he is with somebody, the more that is exactly what he is. As a changeling, he is bread and butter, hands down, one of the best person that's going to go out and move around. He can flip switches and look like anybody at any time. He's difficult to track. So unless someone really knows him, which we do know the Laughing Mask is, he can move around very quickly and possibly gather information. Literally, someone could walk around the corner like Bromley, and if Bromley goes out back to go change out the garbage, Spoke could walk in looking just like him and get a quick little tab of information. That's how changelings of your guild have worked well in the past. Alarian, yourself, and Oleski have very prominent images of power, so that could work in intimidating people with power. So again, I've noted names of 4 powerhouses. Those could be where your influences have been used before and intimidating, especially with HK as a powerhouse behind. Jew, you're really the jack of all trades of the group. You could fit in wherever you're kind of needed because you have a barbarian background, but a soldier's portrayal. In a city like this, you could work under the radar for a lot of them because you don't have a lot of moral ground to worry about as a paladin or anything like that. So it gives you an advantage to moving pretty easily. You're pretty smooth in the talking. So sometimes a lot of your different levels can give you an option to hit a lot of different bases. The trick with this adventure that I gave you guys was the fact that I gave you a hint of the adventure. No one questioned you on it. This is something you guys have discovered, and it was only a very brief minimum description. So now you're at a center point that will give you a lot more. But the biggest thing you guys got to think about is timetable. Yes, you're safest all together, but your timetable is in severe jeopardy the longer it takes you to find out how long the ritual is going on. That's something to think about as a group. All right. And on that note, we're going to let this you guys can move this on to the chat room probably throughout the week, just to give you guys a couple ideas. I think that will give time because it's 10 o'clock. So it's pretty late. We've gone 3 hours through the whole event. We don't want to keep other viewers, if we're few that are listening, any later than they really need to. So we'll wrap it up here tonight. I give you guys a lot to think about in a week. Again, Fengsport is a big city. We'll do two things to help you guys prepare. One, you guys, again, can go into the thing we set on Messenger to chat with each other to figure out anything you guys want to break up, talk about your best avenue choices. Plus, you can also hit me up with any background information you guys want to do, things you may want to look at, things you may know. Spoke, I imagine you're going to be pretty heavy with that because this is getting back into guild work and it is the life of Sparrow. But Drew, you've done the same work before because you have been a mercenary before, if you remember your background. So there are things that we can work on those points as well. And then if you guys remember anything about your conversations with a couple of servers, Matt with Zelene, stuff like that, you want to kind of work some things, just hit me back up and I'll give you guys things to think about there.
Alrighty.
Jake, you guys did not really look around the city. That's another thing right now is you guys didn't do a full tour of the city. You went from point A to point B and then came right back. So those are the first things you basically saw. There's an opportunity to see a lot more. If you guys want to also take a day just to kind of maybe spend a full day of having to scout the city and find out what you see, what buildings you see, what shops you see, and stuff like that. Maybe whose territory you come in, who you kind of run into. It was difficult. I gave you a lot of information during the talk, especially like Hobbs's group. That's why half-orcs weren't much of a big deal. But those are like little things you may want to pick up more if you guys want to do that next session. All right.
All right.